In this episode, it's all about pest control. And what I mean by that is the things that tear up your land and aggravate you while you're hunting. It's what we're about to do is some pest control. The first thing we're going to show is hogs. And we have an overabundance of hogs in Salipta. They are everywhere.
The thing about these wild hogs is they reproduce so fast, they tear up the property, they run off the deer. There's literally not one positive aspect to a wild hog other than a lot of people enjoy eating them.
So there's a lot of different ways to kill hogs. You can trap them, you can shoot them with guns, you can catch them with dogs, but one of the ways I really like to do it is practice them for bow season. They're the same sizes of a deer if you get a big one, and not only that, you're practicing your shot with your bow for when deer season comes in. You got plenty of practice on actual live target.
So one morning I decided I was going to go bust out and try to test out my new bow, and sure enough we had a few little hogs come out and I let an arrow fly.
Good, how much did that hog weigh?
Another way we like to do it, we'll all hop in the buggy and just cruise through the property, and if we see them, we'll blast them.
This is a great hog to take off your property. She's obviously got babies, she hasn't got them yet, and this is the one that's going to cause most of your problem because she's the one that produces all of them. So this is something good to get off the property and fun to do at the same time.
And a lot of times, we'll run across some really fresh sign and we'll get out on foot and we'll just track them down. We'll get out and just keep a keen eye, and then most of the time we'll run into some and we're able to put a good shot on them.
You see the hole right there, I shot right behind the ear, and it dropped dead. And that's how we hunt down here in the south.
Let me tell you something, that boy's thinking everything. A lot of times we'll find ourselves doing pest management and we're not even meaning to. Like one time me and Justin, we were headed to kill a deer with his bow and ended up killing an armadillo.
Chase told me to go ahead and try to sneak up on this thing and see if I could sling an arrow at it.
Hold up, wasn't y'all walking this thing to be deer hunting? That ain't no deer.
Spot and stalk armadillo nation. Come on, closer. I don't want any excuses. Good morning. So Justin's been having a hard time chasing these whitetails in Alabama, but he didn't have a hard time at all cracking this choker shell.
So this summer we decided to invite one of our buddies, Drew, down from Vortex Optics to help us with some of this hog problem that we're having here in Alabama.
So Drew rolled into camp and we decided we were going to show him a good time and try to kill some hogs.
Unfortunately, the weekend that he came down, there was some unseasonably high flooding going around, so it really kind of limited where we could go and hunt. So we had to focus on select spots that we really baited up, and hopefully we could isolate these hogs in these few locations. So later that afternoon, Chase and Drew went out to a different spot, and I decided I was going to go see what the 300 blackout could do. So I ended up having 3 hogs come out that afternoon, and I figured, well, why don't I just wait and see if they'll line up next to each other and I could get a double.
Did Hood just do a 2-in-1 with the gun?
I guess Justin upgraded old one shot because he didn't have a problem at all laying down both those hogs in one shot.
So I took Drew out to this one spot that I knew that they had a bunch of hogs come in every afternoon. We got situated, didn't really have too much activity initially.
The hogs finally came out. We had 2 of them come out in front of us and couldn't get on them. We decided to wait for a better shot. So we decided to wait until they got to the corn.
I told him let's go ahead and just let him get settled in and feeding and getting comfortable, and then we would have him take the shot.
Finally put it right behind his head and squeezed the trigger, dropped him. He didn't go nowhere.
Golly!
That was the first time I've ever shot a hog like that. That was pretty sweet.
Congrats, Drew, on your first hog, buddy.
When Drew was down, it flooded, and I decided to put the boat in and try to float around and find a ridge to catch these hogs on, because a lot of times when it's flooded, they'll get on a high ridge and you can actually stalk hunt them a whole lot easier that way.
So riding the boat felt like we were in the Amazon.
But it turned out there wasn't no high ridge. The only thing we found high was a lock on that was about 10 foot out of the water.
Sometimes, I mean, you don't never know who you're gonna run into. Some of these folks out there are very inconsiderate.
The craziest thing I've ever done, I've never hunted hogs out of a ladder stand over water like this. Now they said these things might just catch them swimming. I mean, from ridge to ridge. I mean, it's the wildest thing.
Hey, here's something to your right.
I told y'all I had this about saved. I thought I was hunting here.
So one thing I've never done in my life that I had to do was I have never jumped out of a lock on in about 10 foot deep of water. So I had to try it.
Days like today, I like to come out here in the swamp, nobody's around. Everybody wants to know if the tree falls in the forest, does it make a sound? I wonder if a white man jumps out of a lock on, does a cannonball that makes a sound? Cannonball!
Even with the water being all blown out, I mean, we still showed Drew a good time. He killed a great hog, had a great time, and it really worked out for a wonderful weekend.
Had a great time down here with my boys at Southern Veins. Experience of a lifetime. Can't wait to do it again.
Thanks for watching this show about pest control. Next time you see us, it's all about the exotics.